to make the whole process work.
Yeah, it definitely takes a village to make this whole rodeo thing work.
Oh, for sure.
Yes, but it's so good that there's so many people who are willing to take these weekends and provide this extra information for fans and for even people like me last summer who was getting ready to run for Miss Rodeo Canada. Each weekend I could head on to the Canadian Professional Rodeo Association website and get all the information I needed from that rodeo. So it's important for lots of different people that is readily available. So that's just so awesome.
Well, that's good to hear. We definitely hear that people are wanting those results. And, boy, what I wouldn't give right now to be phoning up a rodeo secretary and waiting to hear back, as to who is leading whatever event. But hopefully before long we'll be back at it.
Yes, I sure hope so. Everyone is sure missing their, not only getting to watch the contestants and getting to watch people come to the top and then maybe the next rodeo kind of go to the bottom and watch the battle of rodeo, but also watching and getting to be around your rodeo family too. I think a lot of people are starting to really miss out on that.
Oh, you're absolutely right. And, people have been pretty good about social distancing and trying to be safe. And I, from the looks of it, I imagine they'll have to be vigilant for a while yet. But we talk on the phone a lot to people and just check in with them to see how they're doing. And we've got friends doing the same with us. We've been phoning and interviewing different contestants, and it's amazing how much time we have when we're not filling it with all those relationships and events that we all very much enjoy this time of year. And at the heart of them all to me is the people. I sure miss the various, contract people, contestants, committees, staff, admin, like all the people that I see on a regular basis just in and around the sport of rodeo. Oh, that's quite a long list, and I'm really missing that part of it. It's as I'm sure a lot of my friends and colleagues are.
Yeah, yes, for sure. But I think that when we're looking ahead, we can only imagine the kind of rodeo season we'll have in 2021 with all our contestants healed up and ready to go. There'll be some very impressive stories to be written, I think.
Oh, absolutely.
So going forward a few years, and even just in the last few years that you've been involved with the Canadian Professional Rodeo Association, where do you hope to see the sport in the next few years, and kind of what have you seen it evolve into since you've been very heavily involved?
Well, I think, growth of our sport to me is important at all levels. And right now we're seeing, a hiatus from that. And I'm hoping that after we get through this COVID virus, or it settles down, or, we can at least put some of the inactivity because of that behind us. I honestly believe it's going to take a while to bounce back to even the level that we were at the outset of the virus. Communities are struggling, and the economy is going to struggle for a while. For communities, many of which are really small, for them to rally and count on the sponsorship that they had, in previous years is going to take a while to come back. The resources just may not be there quite to the extent they were, and I think we're all going to have to be patient while we wait for that to come back. But long term, there's been a huge explosion of new technologies that have changed the way we deliver the sport to our fans and our partners. And I think that's super exciting. I am amazed when I simply go on social media and see even people like you starting a new endeavor that's a way to deliver, rodeo-related information to an audience out there. And it's so unique to see the different companies and individuals, some large, some small, coming up with unique ways to deliver our sport, to our fans. And there's several new live stream companies. There's some great video that's been put together. You know, there's podcasts, there's Facebook Live episodes. Zoom has added another whole option. And I think it's exciting to see how those technologies have changed our sport. And I think in most ways that's been good, and I think it will only continue to grow. You know, and the relationship between the CPRA and the PRCA is huge. You know, one of the benefits of being involved with the CPRA for me and for Dave, we've really enjoyed the opportunity to go down and work out of the PRCA media room at the NFR now for several years, and to cover all of the CPRA athletes, some from north of the border, some from south of the border in other countries, you know, and watch and cheer them on and cover them and tell stories about them during the World Finals. So, you know, the growth of, I guess we become more borderless to me with rodeo. It's just expanded and become more global, and I think that's really exciting. I know it was a somewhat controversial move to change our CFR years ago to include more than our Canadian contestants, and there's lots of opinions on that, but the one thing it has done is bring absolutely amazing athletes into our living rooms and into our finals, and it has allowed us to get to know them and celebrate them, and, you know, and see a level of competition probably that's better than ever, and continuing to grow. You know, I think that's exciting.
Yeah, I definitely agree with you that because of our advancements in technology, I like how you said that rodeo has become borderless, because last year at the Canadian Finals Rodeo, we had contestants from Canada, the United States, and from Mexico. And I think that having that diversity is just such a cool thing for fans to come and watch, that they can see that it doesn't matter what country you come from, anyone can be involved with rodeo and have a passion for it and even have a role in rodeo, which is just something that I think is very cool looking ahead.
Oh, yes, I would agree with you. And, I mean, who knows where we're headed? I'm hoping we see growth in global sponsors as we recover from the challenges of this virus and move forward. I think the product is exciting, and it's one that's had to change and will continue to have to change to compete with the extreme sport and other offerings out there today. I mean, every sport has changed, and rodeo, you know, has to be prepared to do that as well. And I think we have altered, you know, the direction to some extent, and I think there's going to be, you know, a climate where we continue to do that, to keep rodeo as an exciting sport to put in front of people.
Definitely. Rodeo people are resilient, so we will figure out a way to keep our sport going no matter what we have to do.
Yes, I think there's no alternative. There's going to be a lot of hungry people out there, you know, who are just super excited to see the sport return whenever that's going to be.
Yes, I would have to agree with you. Well, thank you so much for joining me today, Barb. Is there anything else you kind of want to close off with?
Well, you know, I'm just going to say I wish you well with your endeavor. I'm impressed that you're doing this. I think it's exciting. And, you know, we've seen a whole variety of people come forward with great content over the last while. And I'm going to be looking forward to, you know, seeing who else you have on your show, and maybe hearing a little bit more about you and how you arrived at the point where, you know, you wanted to do this podcast. I think it's a terrific idea, and I wish you all the best with it. And thank you so much for inviting me to be part of it. Yeah,
thank you so much for your kind words as well. I hope that I can continue to bring women on here that have done as incredible of things as you have, and I know that they're out there, and I will find them, and I hope that you can tune in and listen to their stories as well.
I will do that. Thank you so much.
Yes, thank you so much, Barb.
Have a great day.
Yes, thank you. You too.